This person is insanely obsessed with you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, this person is insanely obsessed with you. For real. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, get your mind right. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, get your mind right. Now, I need you to understand something. And for those who are going through this, y'all know exactly what I'm about to say. There's a million things that they can be focused on. All right. There's a million things that they can be doing. There's a million things that they can be organizing, structuring, all right, rekindling. But they decide to spend all their focus and time on you. You should not be that important. They don't even know you. Right? And even if this happened to be a person that does know you, you still should not be on their top priority list. All right? You should not be on their top priority list. They should have things that they love to do. They should have things that make them feel good. They should have things that make them happy. But instead, it is you. And they have become obsessed. They have become overly indulged. They have become overly invested. All right, somebody drop in the comments and say invest into yourself. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say invest into yourself. See, people on your job be obsessed with you, paying attention to what you're wearing. Paying attention to your cologne, paying attention to your perfume for the ladies. All right, people who you go to school with, they obsessed with you as well. They watching how many times you raise your hand. They paying attention to the position you get, the grades you get. People within your family, yep, they obsessed too. They are so worried about the fact that you're going to be the chosen one, the Moses, the one who break the family out of the curse. Obsessed. Friends who you've always had respect for, but they happen to have this obsession over you and you couldn't even see it, but now it's starting to make sense. Yeah, y'all. They are obsessed with you. And the reason why they are obsessed with you is because of what you bring to the game. All right. It's about what you bring to the game, your style, your articulation, the way you walk, the way you act, your movements, your entire demeanor. It's about what you bring to the game. And see, you are the type of person who make a person switch up their whole style whenever you walk around. All right. You are the same individual who make people say, hey, I used to believe in this, but now I believe in that just because of you. You have the gift of influence. All right. And so many people take this and run with it. And there's no excuse because they should have a mind of their own, all right? But we're going to go ahead and get directly into this. I don't want to get into no long intro, all right? First video of today, y'all. I'm sending nothing but love, peace, and prosperity to the family. I hope y'all are having a great and amazing day because your boy's having a delightful one, all right? And yes, y'all, we are right here in front of the legendary Gray Couch. Anytime I am in front of the legendary Gray Couch, something legendary going to be said, y'all, and that's just how that go. We're going to go ahead and get directly into it. Leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's talk about this person, right? And also, let me say this too, y'all. This can go for relationships as well, but I want to speak about the people who are stalking you. I want to talk about the people who don't even know you. I want to talk about the individuals who see you from afar, but they don't even have the respect and the decency to walk up to you to say, hey, I respect you. Hey, I like you. Hey, I have reverence, right? I'm talking about the people who sit from afar and watch you. Once again, y'all, this can be relationships, right? But mainly I want to talk about the people who are sitting on the outside looking in. You feel what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. But number one is going to be this right here, y'all. Very important. They are story haters, all right? They are story haters. Now, what this means is, y'all, these are people who pay attention to your story. These are people who watch, all the things that you do. These are the people who sit back from afar and pay attention. They analyze it, they critique it, and guess what? They may even like it, but they'll never tell you that they like it. They'll never tell you that they see the potential in it. They'll probably tell you at most that I don't like it, right? Very negative, very pessimistic. Well, understand this right here, y'all. It's just like social media stories. See, when I say stories, I'm talking about physical life and I'm talking about, in the meta world, aka social media. So let's just start with social media. When we post on our stories, Instagram, when we post on Facebook, when we post on Snapchat, the list goes on, it promotes it to random people and those who follow us, right? When I say it, I'm talking about the social media platform that you're on. It promotes it. And so people tend to watch your stories, right? See, who I respect is the people who actually engage, the people who actually press like, press heart, press fire signs. Even if a person was to give me healthy critique, fine. I don't respect the person who sit back, and you're supposed to know me, right? But they sit back and they just sit there and watch a story, right? And people do it in real life. You see what I'm saying, y'all? They are story watchers, story haters. Not only do they sit back on your story and just watch and see what you got going on social media, but you got them same individuals who watch you from afar. They watch you when you walk into your job. They story haters, all right? They watch you when you walk into the family reunion. They are story haters. It's just like social media stories, okay? You can see everybody who's watching you, and the people who press like or press heart, guess what? I'm not saying that they are perfect, but at least they have decency to say, hey, I'm watching you. I want to let you know that I like this. That's respect. The people who sit there and just look at you and don't say nothing, they are haters. All right, they are haters. Can you imagine walking into Dunkin' Donuts, okay? And I just said Dunkin' Donuts because I just had that last night. But anyway, can you imagine walking into Dunkin' Donuts and a person just sitting there looking at you, they watching you, but they never say, hey, they never say, I like your shoes. They never, greet you or anything like that. Do you know how rude that is, right? That's the same way with story haters. It is extremely rude for a person to look at you and not say nothing. If you're going to be on my story, at least press like. If you're going to watch my story in real life, at least say, hey, I'm motivated. I'm inspired. Okay, not expired, but I'm inspired. You get what I'm saying, y'all? The point is that this is how you know a person is insanely obsessed with you. Why you keep watching me, but you don't say anything? That's obsession. That's actually quiet obsession. Somebody drop that down below in the comments and say quiet obsession is real. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say quiet obsession is real, because it is. Number 2, it's going to be this right here, y'all. They compare everything they do to you. All right? They compare everything they do to you. And so this means that you happen to be their blueprint in life. All right, you happen to be their entire roadmap. They are following you. So if a person is heading to Canada or if a person is headed to New York, okay, chances are they're going to follow the map that has been laid out before them. Meaning, if I seen a person get there using this route, it's efficient, it's fast, it's not much traffic, not many police on that road or state patrols. The list goes on. Chances are they're going to follow that roadmap, right? But then you have certain people who are so obsessed with you to where they are beginning to compare every single thing along that roadmap. Okay, did they switch lanes? Okay, did they go here? Okay, did they stop at McDonald's? Okay, did they go to the rest area? You see, it's not that serious for a person who says, you know what? I see that it works. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make it my own, right? These individuals are trying to copy every single thing that you did. So they compare everything that they do to you because they want it to be just like it's perfection. They want it to be at perfection. You know, y'all, if you get you a Bentley or if you go get you a Mercedes-Benz, you know what they're going to do? They're going to try to get them a Bentley or a Mercedes-Benz. They don't care if they're going to run themselves into debt. They don't care if they're going to put their families in jeopardy. They don't care if they're not going to be able to pay their rent. You know why? Because they are so obsessed with you. They're thinking emotionally and not logically. So when they get that car, they hope that they got the same car that got the black rims. They hope that they get the same car that has the red trimming or the red outline on the seats. They hope that they get the one that is rose gold. They hope. Why? Because that's the same one you got. That's obsession. A person who's not obsessed, guess what they do, y'all? You know what? I ain't gonna get the same color Bentley. I'm gonna get me the white one. I'm not gonna get the same color Mercedes Benz. You know what? I'm gonna get me the gray one. Why? Because they're still trying to differentiate themselves. I'm not sitting here saying, y'all, that you can't get no Mercedes Benz. Listen, Mercedes Benz been around since the 70s, maybe even the 60s, probably before that. The point is, y'all, is that it's a free world, right? A person, just because Reno live in Atlanta does not mean that the next person can't go to Atlanta. Just because I get a Mercedes Benz does not mean that they can't get a Mercedes Benz. The point is that are they trying to compare every single thing that they do to you? Because now it's no longer inspiration. It has become imitation. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 3 is going to be this right here, y'all. They begin to cross personal boundaries, okay? They cross personal boundaries. Now, they can do this in a multitude of different ways. They can do it through intrusion. They can do it through calling and texting you nonstop. Don't matter if you are at work. Don't matter if you on your job. Don't matter if you're at school. Don't matter if you got important things to take care of. They will continuously evade your privacy and space, okay, as well as your boundaries. They become very demanding of your time, demanding of your space, demanding of you. This is obsession, y'all, all right? Accusations. This is why I say this can also be within a relationship, right? When a person is obsessed with you within a relationship, they tend to, accuse you. You were looking at her, right? You was talking to him, and the whole time you just walking up the street to get you some donuts. All right, but they are accusing you because of their obsession, and really that goes deeper than obsession. It's an insecurity of losing something that they feel that they're not good enough for, or losing something that they feel fulfills them, right? It gets deep, even with friendships, right? Even with friendships, y'all. We've seen movies where one friend wanted the other friend to themselves, so they killed the other friends. We've seen it. So that's what it looks like, y'all, when it comes to, demanding accusations. Another one is forcing access. That's another one. Forcing access. So they'll evade your space and also intrude by forcing themselves onto you. They may lie and say, well, hey, I'm sick. I really need you around. Or they may lie and say, hey, I happen to pop up at the same place that you're here. There's many different ways that they can do it. But the point is they are forcing access. All right. Just because a person know of you, or just because a person heard of you, just because a person has been around you once, does not mean that they are automatically granted access. Access comes from actions, meaning, how do you treat me? How do you act around me? Do you make me feel special? Do you make me feel seen? Do you appreciate me, or do you tolerate me? You follow what I'm saying? Everybody does not deserve access. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. Everybody don't deserve access. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say everybody don't deserve access. All right. So when a person is crossing your personal boundaries, a great example would be that woman who keep constantly calling a man who has made it clear to her that he is uninterested. You keep on calling him, monitoring him all on his social media page. All right. Calling his mama, calling grandmama, texting his best friend, contacting his ex baby mamas, ex-wives. I mean, everything. All right. And the same thing, vice versa, when it comes to a man. But the point is, y'all, is that when you start crossing those personal boundaries, you are telling that person or those people that I don't care about your boundaries. All right. If a stop sign is right there in front of you and you are in your car, I don't care if you have to go to work. I don't care if you late for the baby shower. I don't care what's going on. The boundary is the boundary. And if you are crossing that boundary, the stop sign, the red light, then there's going to be consequences. But more importantly, it says a lot about how you feel about the law. And we all have our personal laws, okay? That law can be a person not calling you at a certain time, a person not talking to you a certain way, a person not crossing a certain boundary, whatever that is, okay? Number 4, it's going to be this right here, family, very important. They study you, all right? They study you. Now, family, I want to speak about this. You have a healthy obsession and you have an unhealthy obsession. Yep. You have a healthy obsession and you have a unhealthy obsession. So the healthy obsession is this right here. A person who's working on that business, all right? You working on that business. You are getting clientele. You are getting your LLC. You stand up late nights studying other people who's doing business. You are doing the groundwork. You're paying attention to the ebbs and flows of the business. You're looking at your analytics. You're paying attention to the numbers. All right. You are doing all that you need to have a successful business in the next 5 to 10 years. That's a healthy obsession. All right. It's keeping you out the streets. It's keeping you out of gossip. It's keeping you out of social media BS. Right. It's just keeping you out the way. Right. But you have an unhealthy obsession. That unhealthy obsession is what you seen on Snaps. That unhealthy obsession is the, what's her name, y'all? Taraji P. Henson in the movie Acrimony. She had became obsessed, right? Not even with the man, but with the lifestyle that man was supposed to provide for her. An obsession that's unhealthy, it pulls away from you, okay? See, when you got that healthy obsession, it's actually building you. It's actually helping you to create and structure a productive, what we call it, y'all, future, a productive future. The point is, y'all, is this right here. When a person have that healthy obsession, that's cool. When it comes to the unhealthy obsession, it is pulling away from you and you are losing yourself. So now that we have that understood, when a person is studying you, they are falling into the category of an unhealthy obsession, all right? They're losing themselves. They begin to think that they are you, which is going to lead me to number 5. That's going to be this right here, y'all. They've convinced themselves to think that they are you. They've convinced themselves to think that they are you. So number 4, yes, they studied you. And that's okay. You had Michael Jackson who studied, James Brown, but he didn't become James Brown. All right. You had people like Tank who studied Jamie Foxx and even other people, but he didn't become Jamie Foxx. The list goes on. Tyrese studied Teddy Pendergrass, but he didn't become Teddy Pendergrass. He became Tyrese, right? So it's okay to study people to, once again, be inspired, but you should never imitate. But sticking to number 5, y'all, they've convinced themselves to think that they are you. I don't know if y'all seen this guy, but he exists on social media, in the social media world. This guy is a Michael Jackson impersonator, and he literally thinks that he's Michael Jackson. It was a guy who was dancing in the street, imitating Michael Jackson, right? We all know that there's like millions of people who literally impersonate Michael Jackson. That's how big his influence was. But this guy was walking in the street of, I think, LA, and he looked like Michael Jackson. Don't get me wrong. He looked just like him. However, we all know that it's not him. We all know that Michael Jackson passed away in 2010, I think around June. I never forget that because it was that big. But this guy walks up to a person impersonator and he's looking like, good job, man. He acting like he Michael Jackson. Somebody dropped in the comments and said he act like Michael Jackson left him in charge. See, I really believe that he convinced himself to think that he Michael Jackson. He critiquing people. He give off a entitled vibe. That man think he's Michael Jackson, and he's not, right? But that is the distinction between a healthy obsession and an unhealthy obsession. That's the distinguishment between inspiration and imitation. That is the difference between being inspired and imitation, all right? The point that I am making, y'all, is this right here. these people who are obsessed with you, this particular person who's obsessed with you, they have convinced themselves to think that they are you, and they are not. Somebody drop in the comments and say, you will never be me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you will never be me. But the point is, this person is insanely obsessed with you. All right. Understand what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all pay attention to the signs. Number one, they are story haters. They watch your story on social media, or this can be a person watching your story in real life. They never give you no type of feedback. They never say, I like it. It's almost like a person just sitting there looking at you, and you done walked into their facility or walked into a building. They watching you. Do you know how rude that is? It's extremely rude. Somebody drop in the comments and say, at least say hello. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, at least say hello. Number two is they compare everything they do to you. Number three, they are crossing personal boundaries. Number four, they study you. And number five, y'all, they've convinced themselves to think that they are you. It's sad, y'all, but it's the truth. Family, y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all go over to the Rich Mentality Academy. Go join your membership. Well, join the membership and meet your tribe. Y'all be sure to get you a Yes Sir hoodie. You can book a one-on-one session with your boy. And of course, family, y'all can get you a book. And don't forget, y'all, I just dropped Lean. Y'all gonna hear about this almost every video, at least for the next 3 to 6 months, guaranteed. Y'all go stream Lean. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. And, of course, y'all check the live mic performance out if you haven't. But once again, y'all, thank y'all for all y'all support. I'm going to catch you in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.